I'm Rabina and welcome back to my low carb kitchen. Today we're making air fryer fried chicken, but we are making it keto and we are also not using an air fryer because I don't own one. So if you want to see how I get this packet of chicken thighs into a crispy, delicious basket of fried chicken for our dinner, just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I took out 3 bowls. One mixing bowl has the meat in it. The other bowl is gonna be for our dry ingredients, and the third bowl is gonna be for our wet ingredients. So for our dry ingredients, what I'm mixing up here is I have pork panko or some ground up pork rinds that I used in my food processor. I just ground them up. So that is 1 cup of pork panko plus a 1/4 cup of almond flour. And then to this, you add your seasonings. You want to add your onion powder, garlic powder, paprika is what I put in mine, and some black pepper. I didn't put any salt in this because your pork rinds, they're already going to be flavored with salt and salty enough. So don't add any additional salt to the dry ingredient bowl. What I am gonna do is I will add some seasoning that does have salt on it when I flavor the actual meat, and then also a little bit when I do my wet batter, which my wet batter is gonna consist of 2 eggs and a 1/2 cup of half and half. If you wanna use just regular milk, you can do it in this step too. If you wanna do it without any milk at all, you can replace that with water instead of using milk, and it will work just as well. You just need a wet batter, just something to help coat the chicken and to help the dry batter stick to it. So on my chicken thighs, I'm using this Chef Tony's seasoning, which is one of our favorite seasonings. I'm using this because it's already a blend of seasonings and it already has salt and pepper, garlic powder, some of our favorite things already included in it. This is the original Creole blend is what I'm using. And then to that, I added extra garlic powder, extra onion powder, and I was able to just get in there with my hands and mix up the meat with all of these extra ingredients. I did go ahead and add some paprika and some more black pepper to this too. You flavor to it however you like it. So I have my 3 baskets or 3 bowls here of my wet stuff, my dry stuff, and my chicken thighs. So to the chicken thighs, I'm going ahead and I've already mixed up the chicken thighs with all of the seasoning. So I poured in my eggs and eggs and half over the chicken. So I could mix that all in together, and then that will be my wet batter. And then to that, I'm taking 1 piece of chicken at a time and putting it in the dry batter, making sure it's nicely coated, and then put it on your spray or lined cookie sheet. And the air fryer part of this is that I'm gonna use the convection bake setting on my oven at 400 degrees convection bake, and it took me 35 minutes to get it from raw meat to fully cooked meat. And I did use a meat thermometer on my chicken thighs too to make sure the temperature, the internal temperature of the chicken came up to 175 degrees. That is the temperature when the chicken is done. As you guys are watching this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more low carb cooking, healthy living tips and habits, and also more hair content. Once you're done coating your chicken, put it in your oven using the convection bake setting at 400 degrees, and you're going to bake this for 35 minutes. And like I said, I was using our meat thermometers to make sure the temperature came up to 175 degrees. But this is how they came out. They were crispy on the outside. My kids were saying, wow, they look like real fried chicken, because my kids love the fried chicken that is at Winn-Dixie, we get Winn-Dixie fried chicken all the time. I actually did a video comparing the different fried chicken, and I'll link that up above. But this is how they came out. They're delicious. They were juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside. Later on in the video, I will share my tips for what I would have changed if I go back and do this recipe again. And if you guys want me to write out the recipe, I will write it out with those changes that I think will make this recipe even better. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video on how to make this crispy air fryer chicken that is low carb, and it's not actually made in the air fryer, it's made in your oven. This is a perfect solution for those of us who don't have an air fryer and don't plan on investing one in the future. You can just use the convection bake that your oven already has and make the most crispy keto air fryer chicken. If you guys want the recipe, because I didn't write it out, leave me a comment that you want the recipe and I'll add it to the description. If enough people say that they want it and it's worth writing out, I will go ahead and do that. Also, I think if I were to do it again, I would probably lessen the almond flour and use more of the pork panko or the pork rinds, which is what I did for the batter. The batter is made out of pork rinds that are all ground up in a food processor, or you can actually buy pork panko on Amazon if you just want to buy it and use it. You're welcome to do that too.